Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and we are going to do our weekly nursery tour update to show you what we have here at the nursery for this week. This is the second week of September and there are some gorgeous plants here at Creekside. We actually got two different deliveries today, one with a bunch of great new shrubs, perennials, and then we got a second delivery full of fall color. So all of you who are like me, that you are trying to get fall to come get your fall pansies and all of those things. So we're going to show you those and they are gorgeous and I cannot wait to show them. But first, we're going to look at some great shrubs. So right here beside of me, there is just a whole selection of proven winners, shrubs and perennials. This lovely grass, it is a perennial grass. This is Apache Rose. And clearly, Apache Rose is just a really nice, put this down here so you can see. It is a very upright columnar perennial grass, has turned like a pinky color to it. Let me get you some details on this because I know you love it. 4 feet tall. It is full sun, so it's got to have at least 6 hours. If you're not going to have your 6 hours of sun, then it's going to get really kind of leggy and spindly and just not very nice at all. I am looking for the zones. It is going to be in zones 4 to 9, so extremely versatile. Love perennial grasses because they bring such interest to the garden, even in the wintertime. So I tell customers, for me, with my perennial grasses, I leave them in their full glory, even in the wintertime, because it brings height and texture to your garden. This will do great. It'll handle the snow load if you're in a very colder climate. If you're in those cold climates, it just brings, instead of everything being flat, you've got some great height in your garden. Then all you're going to do in late winter, right before spring starts coming. So for us, people have asked, well, what is late winter? Well, it depends on where you live. Late winter for North Carolina is going to be in that middle of February to end of February. So what you'll do is you will cut it back to the ground, and then when spring comes and your new growth comes, it all flushes out and it'll all be new growth. So Apache Rose perennial grass. We have two different kinds of loropetalums here from Proven Winners. These are all part of the Jazz Hands series. Jerry is showing you right now Jazz Hands Mini. This is the loropetalum that we put into the aquapots by the pergola. If you remember, I don't know, was it 2 weeks ago we did that? Remember, she's only going to be like 1 foot tall and 3 feet wide. These have been pruned just because of being in a nursery, have to keep them somewhat contained. So they're going to have that drapey, trailing effect on them. They are going to be hardy in zones 7B to 9. So they are a warm weather plant. It is a shrub. It's going to be, they call them Chinese French flowers. If you've never seen a loropetalum before, if you're from a different part of the country and you don't have loropetalums, they're called Chinese French flowers because this one is actually blooming right now. So Jerry can get in here and show this to you. Under normal conditions, it will bloom late winter. This has been pruned, so that's why it's kind of flushing out. So you have Jazz Hands Mini, and then we have Jazz Hands Variegated. No, there is nothing wrong with this plant. It is supposed to have this great color to it. Again, it's going to basically be like a 4x4. Loropetalums respond really well to being pruned, so if you need to keep it at a certain size, you can do that, but definitely is going to be taller than your Jazz Hands Mini. Just, I mean, gorgeous color. You've got the pink, you've got the burgundy, you've got green, you've got white, you've got speckled. Really, really neat, and it will bloom the pink flowers. So that is a fun one. One that I am super excited about is this beauty. We have not been able to get our hands on it. This is, again, from Proven Winners. This is Show Off Forsythia, or here in the South, we call them yellow bells. This is one of those earliest spring bloomers that you're going to get from a shrub. You know spring is coming when you see the yellow bells blooming. And Show Off is nice, has really compact, like more of a dense bloom on it, so it shows off. and has really gorgeous color. It's going to be hardy in zones 5 to 8. Now, we are a 7B, so for us, on that borderline, if we can give it a little bit of shade in the late afternoon, that would be great. And they're going to be about 5 to 6 feet tall and wide, kind of that traditional size for a Forsythia. So we have these. So if you are in the market for a new Forsythia, come get these, because again, these are early spring bloomers, but think ahead. I know this is not going to have a whole lot of, this is not a fall bloomer, but it will give you spring color, so think about that now. And these are great, gorgeous shrubs, nice and thick and full with lots of new blooms on them. Of course, so we have the popcorn drift roses. I love this popcorn. It smells like a rose. If you're gonna have a rose, it might as well smell like a rose, and popcorn does. It's supposed to be that creamy white with a little bit of yellow. Fun little thing. They've started to have little pink speckles in them. Sure, why not? We'll go with it. Of course, all the encore azaleas. Look at this. This is autumn twist. So, just as a little refresher course, the encore azaleas all have the first name is autumn, because it's a gentle reminder that, hey, I bloom again in the fall. They'll actually bloom, could bloom 3 times, spring, summer, and fall. So we've got the autumn twist in here. We've got some new ones. Was it Moonlight? Moonlight, that was a Jenny request, because it is a pure white, but it's a double bloom, and it'll be in that 4 to 5 foot range, so it's a little bit of a bigger one with those nice, big, fat, pure white blooms. Gorgeous. Radiant Sebelius. We've talked about abelias before. I love abelias. For us in the South, it is a great evergreen plant, shrub. Right there's all your information on it. It is going to be hardy to zones 6. It's going to basically be like 3 feet tall, 4 feet wide. It is considered full sun, but it does keep this gorgeous color year round. So it is not deciduous, it's not pokey, it's very soft and very tender. Sprinter boxwoods, we had sold out, so we got a new shipment of them this morning, and they're already going out. So if you are looking for sprinter boxwoods, you need to come on down, come see us, because they are going like hotcakes. We love the sprinters because, remember, they are a Japanese boxwood, not an English boxwood. They are disease resistant. They're going to be a great, very adaptable as far as sun to shade. They can be pruned really easily if you want to. Great for like a large container for an evergreen piece in the landscape in that 2 to 3 foot range, I believe. Or is it 3 to 4?
2 to 2, 4 to 4.
Yeah, somewhere 2 to 4.
Yeah, it's 2 by 2 or 4 by 4.
There you go. So just, you know, in that range. But they are just a really great plant. They have grown really, really well for us this year. So we love these. Let's see, what else down here? Do what? More boxwoods. Yeah, I mean, look at that boxwood with that loropetalum. I mean, is that not gorgeous? And this is how I would do it. Boxwoods in front, loropetalum in back, because the loropetalum is going to get bigger. You can window paint them. It would just be gorgeous. And then, of course, this gardenia, y'all, this gardenia, you know we've talked about this before, is just a stunner. So this is August Chuck Hayes gardenia, a beautiful double bloom. And when I say a double bloom, that means like it's not a flat petals. It has more like a rose-like petal on it. Super, super pretty. The butterflies are still just swarming all around us. More encores. We have, this is ivory, and ivory is a nice petite one. Nice and short. Then we have Autumn Fire, is a really popular one. It's that gorgeous red color on the bloom, and then the foliage itself will actually turn to a burgundy color as well. So this is another great one. Of course, the Sunshine Ligustrums. And can you tell? I don't know if you want to go back and look at the video even from like last week, what, 2 weeks, I think it was just last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. If you'll notice the little limes, so a week or two ago, they were all that creamy, real kind of a lime color. And now if you see, they're starting to take on those pink hues. So that's a really fun thing about the little limes and limelights is this time of year, they'll start to take on some pink hues in their blooms. So you can just really see that, and that's a lot of fun. Yeah, lots of fun. So let's move up here to the fall color. I have to tell you, when that truck came and it opened it up, Jerry was like, come on. And it was so nice to see some really pretty fall colors, you know, fall flowers coming off of that truck. I am ready for fall. The mums, so we divided them. If you're coming to the nursery, we have divided them by colors because obviously we have some that are blooming, so the beautiful yellow, and then some of you like to buy them when they're still in the bud stage. So we have them divided. So we have the yellow, we have the purples. Look at that beautiful purple, just a gorgeous color. Oranges, reds, all sorts of things. But here we go. Let's go on this side. So much beautiful color. And another thing too is it did not take the honeybees long at all to find these flowers. I mean, they were off the truck for maybe, I don't know, 2 minutes, and the honeybees were already over them. So pansies are fantastic. If you are a southerner, you already know that pansies are our fall, winter, very, very early spring flower. I know some people who are in the north, northeast, northwest, and you're like, we don't even buy pansies until, you know, the springtime. Well, because we are in the south and we have such mild winters, pansies are cool weather crops. They like it cool. They do not like it hot. So for us, this is one of the best plants, pansies and or violas, to have in the fall, winter time out in the landscape. They do great in landscape, they do great in containers, all sorts of things. But in the spring, say for us, it's gonna be, gosh, April, we're gonna rip out our pansies because it just gets so hot and they cannot handle the heat. Again, they are a cool weather crop. So we've got the yellow, the purples, the whites. I love, look at this sweet thing. It's called lemon shades. The different, so you've got some darker ones, then you've got some lighter ones, then you've got some that are almost a white, just a really soft yellow, and pair that with the white. Oh, would be absolutely gorgeous. I know some of you like to mix it up. This is a fun one that's a really fall color. This is called Fire. It's a little bit of a blend. So you've got some great orange and burgundy mixed with yellow. Then there's almost kind of a, almost has a little bit of a pink to it. So those, then we've got some purple blends and then a tricolor blend. So we've got those. So you've got the color for that. Then if you're gonna do a mixed container, if you wanna do a bed, gorgeous. These are desert plains. These are actually perennial grasses for us. This is from Proven Winners, and we've grown desert plains for a long time, but they had them available in 1 gallons. So we snatched them up because we've sold out of ours. Just a really pretty height, a thriller for either the landscape or the pot. It is a perennial, so it can handle even the cold temperatures in a container. So the perennials there. Then we have also the blue Mohawk grass. It almost looks like chives, but it is a perennial grass. Very upright. It's not flowy. It will not bloom. Just a different texture. And then we have the chocolate creeping jenny. So if you're looking to add a trailing effect to your pot, creeping jenny is notoriously easy to grow. So we've got the chocolate, which is the green and the kind of that burgundy color. So we've got that one. And then the traditional creeping jenny is just the beautiful lime green. So you can put those in your containers and or your landscape. If you put it in your landscape, make sure that's where you want it because it's also a great ground cover. But you could put those together and just be really, really pretty. So we've got those for trailing components for your plants, your containers. Then this is really fun. This is actually a trailing vinca, like a vinca vine. It is grown for its foliage. So you've got that great variegation on there. It will be a perennial for us. And this is, again, from PW. It's a Proven Accents. I have no idea. Wujo's Gem, right? Sure, why not? So it is a perennial in zones 7 to 10, so the warmer climates. Now other folks, you can grow it, but it will be an annual. So we've got more of the blue grass, asparagus fern. Don't know if you're familiar with asparagus fern. I love asparagus fern because it is great greenery. It will bring kind of some height and some trailing effect to your area, your containers. It does great in hanging baskets. It's very, very drought tolerant. I love asparagus fern. It'll bring just a different kind of a texture to your fall containers. And then look at this. I am all about some blue, green, silver foliage. This is an artemisia. It's also called wormwood. It's not a very attractive name, but it has silvery, lacy foliage, really soft. You can kind of keep it pinched back if you want to keep it from getting so leggy, but it is a very soft, I dare say silky kind of plant, and of course you're growing it for the foliage. It's going to bring some height. It can get like 2 to 3 feet tall. It probably won't be that tall in your fall containers because it'll be a little bit slower with the cooler temperatures, but just absolutely gorgeous. Can go in window boxes, containers, landscape, extremely versatile, absolutely gorgeous. So I think, oh, the plectranthus, we forgot that. Come over here right quick. And another grass. We just got so excited about all this stuff. This is such a sweet little grass. This is Elijah Blue. It's a fescue. It is a perennial. So it's, again, that great green blue foliage. You can put it in the ground if you want to, or it would make, again, another great component in your mixed container for your fall. It is going to be only like 9 to 12 inches tall, so it's going to be nice and small. And it is hardy in zones, doesn't tell me, to -30. So cold. So I would say like zone 4, 5 at least. Probably a 4. And then plectranthus. This is a great perennial. Again, you can put it in your mixed containers. Great foliage, but this one is starting to have a little bit of a bloom. Kind of reminiscent of a salvia as far as the shape of the bloom on it. So if you still have hummingbirds around when this is blooming, they will certainly come to it and love it. It's going to give you some nice height to your container. And this particular variety is, it just says plectranthus blue. So there we go. And then there is the pink. Look at the pink too. So the pink is blooming, and this is a great little baby doll pink. So you could pair that with some of your different fall containers. Just a fantastic one. And they're covered in buds. So lots of things going on. I will say, for those in our social media family, on YouTube, if you're following us on YouTube with Gardening with Creekside, and if you're not following us, subscribing to us on Gardening with Creekside, please do so. But we hit 10,000 subscribers this morning, so that's kind of a big deal for us. So yay! We just appreciate all of your support. It has been quite an interesting year. We joined YouTube just a little bit over a year ago, but it wasn't really until, gosh, early spring that we really started getting into YouTube and producing videos on a more regular basis. So it has been quite the whirlwind affair the last, I don't know, what, 9 months, 6, 8, 6, 7, 8? May, you know, since May, and of course you throw a pandemic on top of that and it makes life to be a lot of fun. But we do. I truly want to say thank you for all of the love and support. Of course, there's some party poopers out there, but I would say everybody has been absolutely so encouraging and so just understanding and kind and loving. And all of my southern gardeners who were like, yay, there's finally somebody that understands heat and humidity. And I would even say people who are not from the South, who are far away. We have got tons of people in Canada and on the West Coast and not even close to being in the South. And y'all have just been so kind and sweet and said, you know, I can't grow your same plants, but I love your enthusiasm and love for gardening, so you're a joy to watch. And I just cannot tell you how much your kind words mean. So from all of us here at Gardening with Creekside, myself and Jerry and Christine and the kids and just everybody here, we just have a big, huge hug from us to you. We're gonna have to set a new goal. I have no clue what that new goal will be, but we will set a new goal and go for it. Y'all have a fantastic day. If you're in the area, come see us. We would love to have you. Last weekend we had folks driving 4+ hours to come see us just for, you know, an hour or two. And so we love it. So come see us. We can't wait. Get out there to your local nursery and see what they have. Y'all have a fantastic day and we'll see you next time. Bye.